Last time we talked about Joseph. His brothers sold him into slavery. He spent years in prison for something he did not do, and then he became the second most powerful man in Egypt. But the story does not end there, because now his brothers are standing in front of him. They do not recognize him, and Joseph has a choice: revenge or forgiveness. What happens next is one of the most powerful moments in the entire Bible. When the famine hit, Joseph's brothers traveled from Canaan to Egypt to buy grain. They bowed before him, not knowing it was their own brother, and Joseph recognized them immediately. Imagine that moment, the faces of the men who threw you into a pit, the men who sold you for 20 pieces of silver, and now they are bowing at your feet, completely at your mercy. Joseph could have ended them right there. Nobody would have blamed him, but he did not. Instead, he tested them. He wanted to see if they had changed. Were they still the same jealous men who would sacrifice one brother to save themselves, or had they grown? Joseph accused them of being spies and put them in prison for 3 days. Then he kept Simeon as a hostage and sent the others home with grain. But he demanded they bring back their youngest brother Benjamin. He wanted to see if they would protect Benjamin or abandon him like they abandoned Joseph. When they returned with Benjamin, Joseph set up a final test. He planted a silver cup in Benjamin's sack and accused him of theft. And this is the moment everything changed. Judah, the same brother who had once suggested selling Joseph into slavery, stepped forward. He offered to take Benjamin's place as a slave. He said he could not bear to see his father suffer again. The brothers had changed. They were no longer jealous and selfish. They were willing to sacrifice themselves for each other, and then Joseph could not hold it in any longer. He sent all the Egyptians out of the room, and he wept so loudly that the whole palace heard him, and he said the words his brothers never expected. "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" His brothers were terrified. They thought he would finally take his revenge. But Joseph said, "Do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." He forgave them completely. He embraced them. He wept with them. And then he sent for his father Jacob to come to Egypt. The family was restored. This is the heart of the story. Joseph chose forgiveness when revenge was in his hand. He saw that God had a bigger plan all along. What his brothers meant for evil, God used for good to save an entire nation from starvation. Maybe you have been hurt by someone close to you. Maybe you are holding on to bitterness right now. Joseph shows us that forgiveness is not about pretending the pain never happened. It is about trusting that God can bring something beautiful out of it. And sometimes the people who hurt you can change. Sometimes restoration is possible. Thank you for watching. If this story meant something to you, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments. Have you ever had to forgive someone who really hurt you? I would love to hear your story. Take care.